all-time high. Got Fibonacci over here, low to bottom, new heights. Hey, imagine this. You spend 3 weeks researching a trade. You got the Fibonacci levels, you got the RSI screaming buy, and you're feeling like the next Michael Burry. You enter the trade with a grin, and 5 minutes later the market look at you and say, cute opinion, bro. Here's a 9% drop. I'll take your money lunch and your dignity with you now. Welcome to TradingBits X. This channel is all about decoding the economy from the ground up. No noise, just signal. The market is the only boss that will fire you and then charge you for the desk space. Today we're learning how to stop being the punchline of the market's favorite joke. Today's video is the single most important lesson in the entire series. Why? Because before you can dream about buying a yacht, you have to make sure you don't drown in the bathtub first. Risk management isn't the boring part of trading, it's the only part that keeps you in the game. Most people is obsessed over how much they can make, pros over how much they can lose. Before we dive into the math of ruin, do me a favor and hit that like button. If you ever had a trade go red the second you click buy, it let me know I'm not the only one the market likes to bully. Today we're breaking down the drawdowns, the silent accounting killer, positioning sizings, why you are all in, move in a suicide mission, and volatility, how to dance in the rain without getting struck by a lightning, and mental protection, the sleep all night test. The map of ruins. Let's talk about the drawdown. This is where most beginners fail because they don't understand basic arithmetic. If you have $10,000 and you lose 10%, you have $9,000. To get back even, you need an 11% gain. Easy, right? But if you lose 50% of your account, you don't need 50% gain to recover. You need 100% gain just to get back to zero. For a 10% loss, you will need an 11% gain to break even. If you lose 20% loss, you need 25% gain to break even. If you lose 50% loss, you need 100% gain to break even. And if you lose 90% loss, you'll need 900% gain to break even. Oh, read that last one. If you blow 90% of your capital, you need 900% return just to see your original money again. Getting a 900% return is like trying to catch a lightning in a bottle while riding a unicorn. That ain't happening. I want you to be honest with me in the comments right now. What is the biggest drawdown you ever sat through? Did you hold it until it came back, or did you panic? Sell at the bottom. Drop your story below. Let's learn from each other's scars. Positioning size, the 1%. I really like this stock. I'm going 50% of my portfolio into it. Big mistake. Stop, that's not a trade. That is a cry for help. The secret to staying alive is positioning sizing. Professionals use the 1% rule. This doesn't mean you only buy $100 worth of stock. It means if you are wrong, you only lose 1% of your total account. If you have $10,000 account, 1% is only $100. You set your stop loss that if it hits it, you only are for a Benjamin. This allows you to be wrong 10 times in a row and still you have 10% of your capital left. If you go all in and you're wrong twice, you're flipping burgers. The sleep at night test. Here's my rule of thumb. If you enter a trade and you find yourself refreshing the chart every 30 seconds while you're at dinner with your family, your position is too big. If you can't sleep because the price fluctuates, you aren't trading, you are gambling with a high-speed internet connection. Volatility and the stop loss trap. Now let's talk about the speed of the market. Imagine you're driving a car on a sunny day on a highway and you're going 80 miles per hour. But in a thunderstorm with a black ice, if you try to go 80, you're ending up in a ditch. Volatility works the same way. When the VIX is spiking and things are moving 5% a day, you must reduce your position size. A lot of you set tight stop losses because you are scared. But in a volatile market, the market will wick down. Hit your your stop and then move without you. We call this getting stop out before the move. To survive volatility, you need a wider stop and smaller sizes. Give the trade room to breathe or you don't take the trade at all. The best trade is cash. Cash is a position and in a crazy market is often the winning one. Are you guys enjoying this deep dive? If this is making sense, please subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell. We're dropping these knowledge bombs every week to make sure you stay on the right side of the tape. Mental protection and financial hygiene. Finally, we have to talk about the mental fortress. Risk management isn't just about numbers in a spreadsheet. It's about protecting your brain. When you lose money, your amygdala, the lizard part of your brain, takes over. It screams fight or fly. This leads to revenge trading. You lose $500 and you get angry. You double your size to make it back fat and boom, you lose $2,000. The market doesn't own your account back. It doesn't know you lost money. It doesn't care about your mortgage. To protect your mental state, have a daily loss limit. If I lose X amount today, I close the laptop and go for a walk. I set the loss before you click and buy. If you aren't okay with losing the money in the trade, don't take the trade. Log everything. Data kills drama. When you see your mistake on paper, they stop being emotional and start being bugs to fix. So, what's the one thing I want you to remember? Capital preservation is the foundation of wealth. The legends like Dalio, Tudor Jones, Warren Buffett, they aren't legends because they made the most. They are legends because they didn't lose it all when everyone else is panicking. What do you think is the hardest part of risk management? Is it the math, the discipline, or the FOMO of not being all in? Let me know in the comments below. I'll be hoping in there is to reply to the best insight. If you found value in this, share it with a friend who thinks risk management is just for cowards. Let's save their portfolio together. Now everything we talk about today, positioning sizes, stop, staying calm, it's all fall apart if you don't understand why you're making those mistakes in the first place. In our next video, we're going deep into the dark side of the brain. We're talking about why people buy at the top and sell at the bottom. We're going to dismantle the FOMO, market panics, and the cognitive biases that turn smart people into exit liquidity. This video on risk management was the shield. The next one is the map. Click at the end of the video and see all the breakdown. And remember, money, markets, we're trading the future. See you in the next one.